Robbin, thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. The Bronx Knights are a created franchise that have been wedged into the American League West Division. As you can see on the screen, the current standings are there. The Knights are 96-51. It is the middle of September. There's maybe about a handful of games left, 15, 16 games left. The Knights have a 15-game lead in the division over the second-place Texas Rangers. So obviously the division is without a doubt belongs to the Bronx Knights. In fact, if you do the math, I believe that they've eliminated themselves down to a tie. They have 96 wins, and the Rangers and Mariners have 66 losses. So basically another win or loss by either of those teams, and the Bronx Knights win the division. So let's jump into the schedule and get into this next game on the way. So just finished a 4-game set with the Texas Rangers and split 2 games apiece. So this is the first game of a 3-game series against the LA Angels of Anaheim. Let's start it up. Play game, okay. Play full game. We are the home team at Classic Yankee Stadium. There we go. Looks good. Brendan Pizarski is the starting pitcher. Everybody looks kind of good. I'm just going to rock and roll with the current starting lineup. Let's see. I don't know what 42 games back means, so I'm just going to skip it. So again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, click that little icon of a bell so that way the next time I play a game, it'll alert you on your cell phone that I am on the air. Thanks so much for being here. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for another broadcast of Major League Baseball as the Los Angeles Angels and Anaheim visit the Bronx Knights here at Yankee Stadium. On the mound for the Knights is Brendan Pizarski, making his 30th start of the season. His record is 11-5 with a 4.67 earned run average. And leading off for the Angels is Cliff Floyd, hitting .272, 32 homers, 67 runs batted in. First pitch of the ball game. High and inside, ball 1. As I said before, the Knights have 96 wins, good for first place in the AL West. That's Jacob Salazar at shortstop and Max Luklitch in center field.
First pitch,
so
7-11.
Grounder to Matt Termini at third. Long throw in time, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Angels. Leading off Cliff Floyd in left, Jeremy Pena is the shortstop. Ronald Acuna Jr. in center. Nolan Arenado at third, J.J. Bleday in right. Mike Ford is at first base. Colton Welker is the DH. Luis Campusano is the catcher. And batting ninth is Jahmai Jones, the second baseman. So with 1 out, Jeremy Pena hitting .237 steps up to the plate in the top of the first. Grounder up the first base line. Mattingly backhands it, takes it himself. Quickly, there are 2 away here in the first. Ronald Acuna Jr., the center fielder, .298, 24 homers, 60 runs batted in. Again, we are in the middle of September. The season is almost at its end. Looking forward to the playoffs. Playoffs? Playoffs? Fouls off the slider, count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Acuna Jr. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Side is retired. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Pizarski at the end of a half. It's the Angels nothing. The Bronx Knights coming to bat. So on the mound for the Angels, Lucas Giolito making his 29th start. His record is abysmal. 4 wins and 16 losses. My goodness, 5.22 earned run average. Leading off is Mighty Max for the Bronx Knights. Max Luklitch, center fielder, hitting .311, 4 homers, 39 runs batted in. He also has 34 stolen bases. First pitch from Giolito. And he lines it through the hole in the right side for a leadoff single. The Knights have a base runner. Like I said before, Luklitch has 34 steals, so without a doubt he will be thinking about second base. Next up is Don Mattingly, the first baseman, hitting .334, 23 homers, 98 runs batted in. Sure, he'll be taking a couple of pitches just to see what happens over there at first. Big lead. Outside, ball one. The Angels are 60-86. They're in last place in the AL West. That's Jeremy Pena at second base and Cliff Floyd in left field. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Lazy fly ball to center. In comes Acuna Jr. Makes the catch, 1 away. Next up is the second baseman. Well, before that, let's go over the lineup. Max Luklitch is in center. Don Mattingly is at first. Chris Ramos at second. Mike O'Rourke in left. Jacob Salazar is the shortstop. Benny Locicero in right. Matt Saps is the DH. Matt Termini's at third. And batting ninth is Anthony Millo playing catcher. So Chris Ramos has 59 home runs and 152 runs batted in. He leads the American League in both categories. He also has a .356 average. Quick throw to first. Luklitch is back. Count is 0-1 on the very dangerous second baseman. Again, throw to first. Checks his swing, pitch is high. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball high as well, 2-1. Home plate umpire is Clyde Washington, calling balls and strikes. I have no idea if that's a real human being. I just hope he does a good job. 2 balls, 1 strike. High, hitters count, 3-1. On deck is left fielder Michael O'Rourke. Fouls off the fastball, 95 on the radar gun, and the count goes full, 3-2. Low, ball 4. So with 1 away, there's runners at first and second now for Michael O'Rourke. Michael's no slouch. He's hitting .339, 34 homers, 106 RBIs. He also has 27 stolen bases. He's a complete player. This time, though, he pops it up in the infield. On the first baseline, infield fly rule is called. Campusano makes the catch for the second out. Oh, the trainer has been called out from the dugout and is examining the finger of the starting pitcher. An X-ray will be needed to determine if this is just a bruise or if it could be broken. He'll need to be removed and could miss anywhere from a few days to a few months. So, injury reliever for the Angels, Alex Wood. He's 10-6 with a 5.91 earned run average. He is a left-handed pitcher. So, next up is Jacob Salazar, switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Wood. .327, 16 homers, 94 runs batted in. Runners at first and second and 2 away. Yanks it, lines it right to Arenado at third, and the side is retired. So, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Well, check that. 1 hit, 2 left on. The end of 1, there's no score here in the Bronx. No score. So, top of the second inning, up steps the very dangerous Nolan Arenado, hitting .275, 28 homers, 69 runs batted in, leading off against Pizarski in the second inning. Pitch is in there low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. That's a deep drive to center. Back goes Luklitch to the track, the wall, looking up, reaches and makes the catch with his back to the left right center field wall. My goodness. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights from left to right in the outfield. O'Rourke, Luklitch, and Locicero. And in the infield is Termini, Salazar, Ramos, Mattingly, with Anthony Millo behind the plate. So with 1 away, up steps J.J. Bleday. .273, 16 homers, 59 runs batted in. Pulls the fastball foul for strike 1. Line drive over the head of the first baseman Mattingly and into right. Oh, he slips and falls. And he's going to get a double out of this, possibly a triple. He's going to third. My goodness. So that should be at least a double and a one-base error. I don't know if they're going to give him a triple on that. They shouldn't. Let's look at the replay. So he had a chance to cut this off and even hold him to a single, but tripped and fell. And by the time he got back up and threw it back into the infield, J.J. Bleday was on third base, and they're crediting him with a triple. So runner at third and less than 2 outs for Mike Ford. September call-up. He's only got a handful of at-bats in the majors. Chance for him to shine. In there, strike one. Fouls off the two-seam fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the slider out in front. And he does not get the runner home. There's 2 away. That's Pizarski's second strikeout of the game. Let's look at the location. It's too close to take. He's out in front. Nice pitch by Pizarski. So next up is Colton Welker, the DH, hitting .255, 8 homers, 20 runs batted in. He's going to need a single to get in that runner. Strike one. Slow roller, foul, ball, and he'll go back to third. There's 2 strikes. Fouls off the fastball. Count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, and the side is retired. So, after 1.5, still no score here in the Bronx. Bronx Knights Baseball, I am RC Robbin. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. So we'll go to the bottom of the second. Up steps the right fielder, Benny Losicero, hitting .304, 33 homers, 121 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Stepping in here in the bottom of the second against Alex Wood. Yanks the changeup, foul down the right field line, strike one. And he skies it to center. In right center field, Acuna Jr. makes the catch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Angels in the outfield from left to right is Floyd, Acuna Jr., and Bleday. And in the infield is Arenado, Pena, Jones, Ford at first, with Luis Campusano behind home plate. So next up is Matthew Saps playing DH today. .309, 30 homers, 101 RBIs. Takes pitch outside for ball 1. Pitch is low, 2-0. Saps is hot. He's 9 for his last 19. That's a .474 clip. That's a hard lash past the reaching Arenado and into left field. It is a 1-out hit for Matthew Saps. Nice swing. Let's look at this replay. Nice angle. I like this angle. Smashes it past him. No chance for Arenado. Oof. So up steps the third baseman, Matt Termini, who's also hot in his last handful of games. He's 9 for his last 17. He's got that average up to .325. 11 homers, 75 runs batted in. Saps leads off first. 1 away here in the bottom of the second. And he skies it to center field, not overly deep. Acuna makes the catch, 2 away. So Alex Wood coming in as an injury replacement for Lucas Giolito. He's done a good job so far. So the number 9 hitter, Anthony Millo, .252, 10 homers, 58 runs batted in. He's up there with 2 away. And Saps leading off first. And that will be a line drive towards the left center field gap. By the time that ball heads back in, it's going to be first and third and 2 away. Nice single over the head of the shortstop for Millo. Here's a replay. So, they still need a hit with 2 outs in order to get a run in, provided there's no error or pass ball, wild pitch. Lineup turns over for the Knights. Max had a single in the first. He's a 1-for-1. Pulls it foul up the third base line. Strike one. Outside, blocked nicely. Throw to third. This is a risky throw. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that ball is slashed into the gap. It's going to be an RBI single for Max Luklitch. And the score is 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Nice hit, 2-out hit. Let's look at the replay. Didn't hang up there quiet enough for center fielder Acuna Jr. to get over there. So Don Mattingly steps up. He is 0-for-1 with a fly out. Runners at first and second and 2 away. And that is got a chance to drop in, and it will. Rounding third and heading home as the runner throw to the plate is not in time. It's an RBI single for Don Mattingly, and the score is 2-0. And the pitching coach will stroll out to the mound to slow things down for Alex Wood. So second baseman Chris Ramos steps up to the plate. There's still 2 out, but 2-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. Ramos, switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty Wood. He walked in the first inning. Low with the knuckle curve, ball 1. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Runners lead off first and second with 2 away. Inside off the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I'm playing the game and my hands are off the controller. I do not swing on 3-0. In there. Count is 3-1. Hitters count. Now the handcuffs are off. Let's see what happens. Ground ball down the third base line and into left field. Rounding third and heading home is Luklitch. It's an RBI single for Ramos. And it's a 3-0 lead for the Bronx Knights here in the second inning. RBI leaders in the American League. Chris Ramos started the game at 152. He's now at 153 on the season. As you can see, Benny is in the middle of the pack. Benny Lo Cicero with 121. So runners at first and third, still 2 away. Michael O'Rourke popped out in the first inning. He's 0-for-1. Left-handed hitter. And that's a line drive. 1 hopper to the second baseman. Throws to first to retire the side. But they get 3 runs on 3 2-out hits. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 3. The Angels of Anaheim, nothing. So we go to the top of the third. Luis Campuzano, the catcher, steps up to the plate. He's hitting .252, 5 homers, 28 runs batted in. Pizarski deals. At the knees, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count is 0-2 on Campuzano. Pitch is high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pizarski is has 11 wins, going for win number 12 today. Bronx Knights have 96 wins on the season. Pitch is low, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Obviously they're shooting for that magic number 100 wins, but they have an outside shot at 110. Out in front, pulls the changeup foul, count remains 2-2. I mean, they'd have to go 14-2, I think, in order to, in their final 16 games, 14-2 to get to 110 wins. Stretching out is Termini at third, throws across in time, 1 away. Nice play by Matt Termini, the third baseman. So the number 9 hitter for the Angels is Jahmai Jones, hitting .245, 14 homers, 246 runs batted in. It's 1 out here in the third. In there, strike one. So, no, actually, I think they'd have to go 14-1 to get to 110 wins, because the Bronx Knights are 96-51. They need to be 110-52. So 14-1 is a tall order for any ball club. That's not really a possibility. In foul territory, Mattingly makes the catch near the dugout, 2 away. Nice play. Raced over, grabbed the bar, the handlebar, to measure his closeness to the dugout, then made the catch. So leadoff man steps up for his second plate appearance. Cliff Floyd grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter versus lefty pitcher. In there at the knees with the changeup, strike one. Misses with the two-seam fastball inside. Count evens. 1 ball and 1 strike. Slow roller. Long throw for Ramos. In time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Pisarski. At the end of 2.5. It's a 3-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps the second shortstop. Check that shortstop, Jacob Salazar, who lined out in the first inning. It's the second at bat. And that is a line drive, but right at Cliff Floyd. He is 0 for 2. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. Barely had to move. So Benny Lo Cicero is up. 0 for 1 with a fly out. Grounded. Oh, knocked down by the first baseman. Ford flips to the catcher. And he is out. My goodness. Close play at first. Let's look at the replay. Hopefully they'll give us a good angle. Yanks it down the first base line. Oh, they're not even going to show it to us. So 2 quick outs. Up steps Matthew Saps. He singled in the first. Probably the second inning. Bouncer up the middle. Dropped by the second baseman, and he'll be safe. Will they give him an error or a hit? Let's see. They're giving him a base hit because he had, I guess it was be a long throw. I think he should have fielded that cleanly. So 2-out single for Matt Saps. He's leading off first. Termini is up at the plate with 2 away. I mean, I'm happy to take the hit, but that's a generous call from the official scorer. Again, throws to second. A check that throws to first. Saps slides back in. He's safe. Grounds it. 2-hopper to Arenado. Throws to second for the force, and the side is retired. So, after 3 innings of baseball, it's the Bronx Knights 3, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, nothing. So we go to the top of the fourth. Up steps Jeremy Pena, grounded out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Checks his swing, but finds the inside corner for strike 1. Pena's 13 for his last 41. That's a 317 clip. So he's hitting a little above his season average in his last month or so. Out in front of the changeup, count is 0-2. It looks like, I don't want to jinx him, but it looks like Brendan has brought his A game to the mound. Swing and a miss. The 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Out number 1. And the 4th strikeout for Pisarski. Yeah, he's got his A game on that mound. Acuna Jr., center fielder, struck out in the first. Up there for his second plate appearance. In there, strike 1. Out in front of the slider, strike 2. Swing and a miss. 2 straight strikeouts for Pisarski. Strikeout number 5. He's not really known for striking out batters, but he's throwing serious cheese today. So, Nolan Arenado is up, flew out in the second inning. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Slow roller up the middle, charges is Salazar, bare hands, throws to first, in time, side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Pisarski. 4 shutout innings. After 3.5, it's the Bronx Knights leading 3-0. Oh yeah.
Your attention, please.
So taking over in relief here in the bottom of the 4th is Corey Kluber, former starting pitcher, all-star, now relegated to the bullpen. 7-4 with a 6.49 earned run average. And leading off for the Bronx Knights here in the bottom of the 4th is Anthony Millo, who has a hit in his first at-bat.
Number 43.
Pitch is low, ball 1. And that's a deep drive. Back goes Cliff, but he makes the catch. 1 away.
Now batting.
So the lineup turns over for Max Luklitch yet again. He has 2 singles and an RBI already. He's 2 for 2. Now he bats from the left side. Cut fastball in there for strike 1. Switch hitters turned over onto the left side of the plate against the righty Corey Kluber. Inside sinking fastball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks his swing, pitches low, 2-1. Low again. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the 4th. Chains are off. Let's see what happens. Line drive up the middle, 1 hopper and through. It is the 3rd hit of the ball game for the streaky Max Luklitch. And they already have a 3-0 lead. He is a nightmare on the bases. He has 34 stolen bases on the season. Don Mattingly's up with 1 out. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Quick throw to first. Luklitch is back. And he yanks, swings at the first pitch, cut fastball, pulls it foul for strike 1. Pitch out, but Luklitch was not going. Count evens 1-1. WAR, wins against replacement is what WAR stands for. He's going. Pitches outside for a ball, throws offline. And that's stolen base number 35 for Max. Really no chance to get him, even if it was a perfect throw. So runner in scoring position with 1 away for Mattingly. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch is high, hitters count, 3-1. Chris Ramos is on deck. Swings and misses at the outside fastball. Count goes full, 3-2. Luklitch leads off second. Checks the swing, or did he? Yes, he did. He walked him. Ball 4. So runners will be at first and second with 1 out. And up steps the dangerous Chris Ramos. He already has an RBI single today. He has 59 homers and 152 runs batted in. Obviously, the bullpen is active, especially after that injury replacement for the starter in the first inning. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Cole Stewart, the right-hander, warming in the Angels bullpen. And that's a hard drive. Back goes the fielder, makes the catch on the warning track. Tagging is Luklitch. Makes it to third, so it's going to be runners at first and third with 2 away. He hit it right on the nose, but didn't hit it high enough to get it out. So Michael O'Rourke is up with 2 away. Runners at first and third. Score is still 3-0 Bronx Knights. Late on the curveball, strike 1. Season average with runners in scoring position is 305, which is below his regular season average. But this time he succeeds as he drives it into the outfield. It's going to be an RBI. He's going for second. It is an RBI double for Michael O'Rourke, and the score is now 4-0. It's double number 42 on the season. And Michael O'Rourke, I believe, is 107th RBI on the season. Right in that gap between the left and center fielder. So 2 runners in scoring position for Salazar, who's 0 for 2. And he yanks the cut fastball foul for a strike. Score is 4-0. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Sinking fastball is low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounds it to the first baseman, Mike Ford. Steps on the bag. Side is retired. So, on the RBI double by Michael O'Rourke, they get another run. After 4 innings of play, it's the Bronx Knights 4, the Angels nothing. So we go to the top of the 5th. J.J. Bleday steps in yet again.
The right fielder, J.J. Bleday.
He is 1 for 1. I was curious to see if he was credited with a single, a double, a triple. But in any event, pitches on the outside corner, strike 1. Changeup floats in there for strike 2. And Pizarski looks like he has really brought his A game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Pizarski. ERA leaders for the teams in the American League. As you can see, the first place American League East Tampa Bay Rays lead the American League with a 4.07. Knights are in second place, however. So 2 first place teams on the top of the pitching leaderboard. So next up is Mike Ford, steps in with 1 away. He struck out in his first at-bat. Pulls the fastball foul, strike 1. Just misses off the plate inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sliders in there, count is 1 and 2. Swing and a miss, strikeout number 7. And there are 2 away. He is on fire.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Colton Welker.
So the DH Colton Welker steps up here with 2 away. Right-handed batter. Swing and a miss at the fastball, 95 on the radar gun. Strike 1. Misses the 2-seam fastball. 0 and 2. Lots of swings and misses this game by the Angels lineup. But that time, Welker succeeds and drops it for a base hit in front of Luklitch in center. So it's a 2-out hit for the Angels. 4 2/3 innings. That's only the 2nd hit, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts. It's a pretty line so far. So next up is Campusano, the catcher. Grounded out in the 3rd. Pitch is low, ball 1. Grounded to second, shovels it over to second base for the force, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. At the end of 4.5, it's the Bronx Knights 4, the Angels nothing. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th. Benny Lo Cicero is 0 for 2. He leads off against Corey Kluber.
Number 38.
Pitches outside. No, called a strike by the home plate umpire. So Benny was the August player of the month in the American League. September has not been kind. Cut fastball, outside corner. Backdoors him. Quickly the count is 0 and 2. Off the end of the bat, popped up, short right field as the second baseman makes the catch. And Benny is 0 for 3. That's the first out here in the bottom of the fifth.
The batter, number 31.
Matt Saps, the DH, is 2 for 2. Matt Saps is a natural second baseman who floats around the infield. A little bit of shortstop, a little second. Pitch is in there, strike one, outside corner. Yeah, I think he's played a game or two at third base for Termini, but inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So he has 30 homers and 101 RBIs, but doesn't start at second base because Chris Ramos plays on the team. Fouls off the cut fastball, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So when you have a guy who has 59 homers and 152 RBIs in front of you at second base, it's not your position. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Saps. Base is empty, 1 out. Yanks this one down the third base line. We'll do it again. Outside, full count, 3-2. Matt Termini is on deck. And he misses. So it's a 1-out walk for Matt Saps. Kluber puts him on with a free pass.
Now batting, number 7.
So next up is Matt Termini. He's 0 for 2. Average still sitting pretty at 324. Pitch out, but Saps is not stealing. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. High and outside, 2-0. Saps leads off first. That's a line drive which will bloop in there for a base hit. A diving attempt by the right fielder, J.J. Bleday, will roll all the way to the wall. And by the time the ball finds its way back to the infield, it will be a double. A double for Termini, number 33 on the season. And runners will be at second and third. The only reason why Saps is at third is because he had to hold up. So Anthony Miller, who has a single today, he's 1 for 2, has 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. The Knights already have a 4-run lead, and they're going to intentionally walk Milo. It's an interesting decision. So they're going to load the bases with 1 out to pitch to the fastest guy on the team, who's very hard to hit into a double play because of his speed. So I don't know. So not to mention that Max is 3 for 3 today. So Max is up, bases loaded, 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Nowhere to put him. Max was a starting center fielder in the All-Star game this season for the American League. Ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Kluber needs to find the strike zone and find it quickly. Bases are loaded. And he yanks the cut fastball down the right field line, out of play. Strike 1. Count is 2-1. Cut fastball, foul back behind home plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. Bottom of the fifth, 4-run lead for the Bronx Knights. He grounds it, shoveled to second for 1, back to first. It's the double play they were looking for, so the manager's proven right. 4-6-3 double play to retire the side, and at the end of 5, they leave the bases loaded. The Bronx Knights lead 4-0. What do I know? Top of the 6th. Jahmai Jones popped out in the 3rd inning. He is 0 for 1. 5 shutout innings so far for Pizarski. Lines the first pitch foul, pulls it foul, strike 1. It's only thrown 49 pitches. Again, pulls it foul up the third base line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it back upstairs. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Lazy fly ball to left. O'Rourke is there. Makes the catch for the first out.
The left fielder, number 30.
Left fielder Cliff Floyd, leadoff man, third plate appearance. He's 0 for 2, 2 groundouts. Been unable to get the ball out of the infield. But not this time. That ball is high, it is far, it is gone. Short porch in right field here in Classic Yankee Stadium. Cliff Floyd hits a solo shot, number 33 on the season. And it's a 4-1 ball game for the Bronx Knights. They are on the board. Here's the replay. Well, he got it out of the infield in impressive fashion. Next up is Jeremy Pena, who's 0 for 2. Line drive to center. Unfortunately, Luklitch can't get there. It's a single. So after getting the first out here in the top of the 6th, Pizarski gives up a homer and a single. And the fans in the stadium are starting to get a little nervous. Next up is Ronald Acuna Jr., 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. At the knees, strike 1. Out in front with the changeup, count is 0 and 2. Misses high and tight. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls off the inside changeup, slider. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at first. 3-run lead for the Knights. And that's a fly ball to left. Easy play for O'Rourke. He makes the catch for the 2nd out. Returning to first is Pena.
Now batting.
So next up is Nolan Arenado, who is 0 for 2. He has power. You have to be careful with him. And it fouls it off, slices it up the first base line, strike 1. And this time he's out in front, pulls it towards the camera well. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And that's a deep drive to center, but I think he just got under it. Luklitch, in front of the warning track, makes the catch to retire the side. So he gives up a run on the solo homer by Cliff Floyd. But after 5.5, the Bronx Knights still lead 4-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and in comes Carlos Parra in relief. Appearance number 77. He's 3-1 with a 5.75 earned run average. So Don Mattingly's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. I believe he has 99 runs batted in. He's looking for that magic 100. Fastball inside, ball 1. Checks the swing, but it's in there. Strike 1. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, ball 2. John Brebbia and Emmanuel Clace warming in the Angels bullpen. 2 right-handers. Count is 2-1 on Mattingly. And he jams him in on his hands, pops up to the shortstop, makes the catch for the 1st out.
Now batting, second baseman, Chris Ramos.
Next up is Chris Ramos, RBI single. He is 1 for 2. And that's a hard line drive to center, but playable for Acuna Jr. for out number 2. And you can keep Ramos in the ballpark, it's a victory. He has 59 homers on the season. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Michael O'Rourke is 1 for 3. He has an RBI double. Ground ball fielded by the second baseman in the dirt, scooped nicely by Ford, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning by Carlos Parra. And at the end of 6, Bronx Knights lead 4-1. Top of the 7th. J.J. Bleday is 1 for 2. Steps in against Pizarski. Still out there. High strike. Count is 0-1. Fouls back the slider. Counts 0-2 on Bleday. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8. And there's one away here in the top of the 7th. He's had that strikeout pitch working.
Now batting, the first baseman, Mike Ford.
So next up is lefty Mike Ford. Struck out twice today. Out in front of the slider, strike 1. Mike's only 2 for 6 on the season. He's obviously just been called up from the minors here in September. 6 at-bats on the major league level. Swing and a miss at the fastball. He looks honestly overwhelmed. We'll see what happens though. Someone can look overwhelmed with one at bat and then come through suddenly. Fouled off the slider. Count still 0-2 on Ford. In the dirt. Count is 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. Salazar fields, fires, 2 away. Colton Welker had a single in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2. Steps in with 2 outs. At the knees, strike 1. So this is a 3-game set at Classic Yankee Stadium between the Yankees and, checked out the Yankees, the Bronx Knights and the Angels of Anaheim. Fouls back the fastball upstairs, out of play. Count is 0-2 on Welker. Grounds it to terminate third. Long throw, little high, but it gets there and the side is retired. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It's a 3-run lead for the Bronx Knights. They lead 4-1. Bottom of the 7th. Cole Stewart comes in relief. He's 5-6 with a 6.14 earned run average. And leading off is Jacob Salazar, who's 0 for 3. Oh, not yet. I need to go to the bullpen. Fouls off the changeup, chases a pitch outside for strike 1. Manager's office, bullpen. Let's go righty, lefty. So I want. Let's put Telly in there. Why not? Warm up. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's put Telly in there. Schedule to put him in the game. Why not? So the count is 0-1 on Salazar. Outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike from Cole Stewart. Two balls and 1 strike. Chases a changeup out in front. Count evens at 2-2. And he jams him, but it might find its way. Bloop base hit to left center field. He's going for second. Throw to second is not in time. He's the only player I know that can turn a bloop single into a double. That's double number 37 on the season for Jacob. And he's got a 9-game hitting streak now. My goodness. So runner at second and nobody out. Up steps Benny Lo Cicero, who's also was 0 for 3. Fouls back the fastball, strike 1. Lo Cicero has 121 RBIs. That's second on the ball club behind Chris Ramos. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Salazar leads off second. High and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Stewart sets in the stretch and delivers. Outside corner, count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. on Lo Cicero. Low, full count, 3-2. Saps is on deck. Payoff pitch, here it comes. And it's a flare which might find its way in, and it will, but it's not going to be in there far. Wait. So it's a single. Unfortunately, the runner at second, Salazar, had to hold up and could only get to third base. It's a bloop base hit to right. So there'll be runners at first and third with still nobody out. And up steps Matthew Saps, who's 2 for 2 today already. Cole finds himself in a tough spot. Pitches outside, ball 1. He is in a tough spot here in the 7th inning. And that ball is high. It is far. It is foul. Oh, just missed a 3-run homer by a few feet. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And he hits a fly ball, deep fly ball to right. J.J. Bleday makes the catch, tagging is Salazar. Throw to the plate is not in time. It's an RBI sacrifice fly for Matthew Saps, and the score is 5-1. That's Saps' 102nd RBI on the season. And it's a 4-run lead for the Knights. So, 1 away, runner at first. Matt Termini doubled. He's 1 for 3. Steps up. And he pops it up in the infield. Second baseman Jahmai Jones makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Now batting.
Anthony Millo singled, scored a run. It's 1 for 2. Steps up with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Lo Cicero throw to first. Lo Cicero is back. And he's going. Pitches inside off the plate. Throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Lo Cicero, and he's in scoring position now with 2 outs for Millo. I don't know how many steals he has. I think that's maybe somewhere in the mid-teens, maybe 16, 17 steals. Pitches high. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Low, 3-0. So will he, with 2 outs, have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I don't swing on 3-0. Take a pitch, sir. Inside corner. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike. I pick up the controller, and now the shackles are off. Runner leads off second. Scoring position for Millo with 2 outs. And he yanks the changeup foul. Count goes full, 3-2. It's a good pitch to hit. I swung a little early. High and outside, ball 4. He walks him. So runners will be at first and second with 2 away. Not a strike. So Max Luklitch steps in against Cole Stewart. He bats from the left side against the righty. It's 3 for 4. Runners are at first and second with 2 away. That's a deep drive towards the gap, but I think Cliff Floyd makes the running catch to retire the side. But they do get a run on the sacrifice fly by Matthew Saps. Check that. At the end of 7, it's the Bronx Knights leading 5-1. So we'll go to the top of the 8th. We're going to change the pitcher. And in relief comes Telly Argios, making his 41st appearance out of the Knights bullpen. He's 5-5 with a 5.18 earned run average. And leading off is the catcher, Luis Campusano, who is grounded out twice. He's 0 for 2. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball for strike 1. Swing and a miss at the curve. Count is 0-2. Fouls off the splitter. pulls the fastball foul down the third baseline. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Struck him out. There's one away here in the top of the eighth. The line for Brendan, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 8 strikeouts. If the score stays the way it is, he will win his 12th ball game against 4 losses. So next up is Jahmai Jones, who's 0 for 2. Steps up with 1 away. In there, inside corner, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Grounds it up the first baseline. It is a foul ball. Hard line drive, base hit through the left side between the second base, between the shortstop and third baseman. And the 1 out there is a hit. Base runner for the Angels. So next up is Cliff Floyd, the leadoff man, who's a 1 for 3. He had a solo homer in his last at-bat against Pizarski. And he lines it, but it just goes foul. Cliff Floyd has 33 homers now on the season. Ground ball, dived at, but missed by Salazar, and runners will be at first and second with 1 away here in the 8th. Almost got a glove on this. Just missed. So next up is Jeremy Pena, who singled in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. Manager, bullpen. Jesse Biddle will warm up. Jonathan Holder will warm up, just in case. Pops him up in the infield. Infield fly rule. Just that's why you don't let pitchers make defensive plays, because he almost, Teliargio's almost dropped that pop-up, but he did make the catch. There's 2 away. So runners at first and second and 2 out for Ronald Acuna Jr., who is 1 for 3, and they want to talk to him about this. So we're going to go have a mound visit. He's got a lot of energy and a lot of confidence. Acuna Jr. is 0 for 3. Telling him basically, look, he can hit it 9 miles and we're still winning 5 to 4, so just let it loose. Inside corner with the fastball, strike 1. Ground ball to the third baseman. Throws across in time. Side is retired. Almost. First he tried to beat the runner to foot race to third base, realized that he wasn't going to be able to beat him, and tossed across the diamond to retire the side. After 7.5, Bronx Knights lead 5 to 1. Before Mattingly steps up to the plate, we're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen, and we are going to sit down Jonathan Holder. I'm going to warm up John Smoltz just in case. And Biddle will come in to pitch to Bleday and Ford. So we'll see what happens. Don Mattingly leads off, bottom of the 8th. He's 1 for 3. Skies it to center on the first pitch. Acuna makes the catch, 1 out. So next up is Chris Ramos, the second baseman. He has an RBI single today. He is 1 for 3. Score is 5 to 1 Bronx Knights here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch is low, ball 1. Attendance 47,701 here at Classic Yankee Stadium. Not exactly a sellout, but a good crowd. 2 balls and no strikes. Fouls off the high fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Ramos. Inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count. Fouls off the fastball. Count will go full, 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch from Cole Stewart. And it's a shallow fly ball to right. Bleday measures it, makes the catch, 2 away.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Next up is Michael O'Rourke. He has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 4. It's a 5-1 lead for the Knights. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gone. That is home run number 35 on the season for Michael O'Rourke. And this ball game is now 6-1. Knights lead. No doubt about her. And I noticed that as we are approaching the playoffs, he has toned down the theatrics around the bases with the home runs. I'm curious to see if the excitement of the playoffs will change that, but see as we go. Home run number 35, I think RBI number 108 on the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he knew. Second deck. So 6-1 Knights, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Salazar 1 for 4. Takes pitch inside, ball 1. And he a little out in front of the changeup. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Salazar. Outside, 2-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. He's consistently getting behind hitters. It's a 3-1 count on Salazar. Fouls off the changeup. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouls off the fastball to stay alive, and we will do it again. That's a line drive to center field. That is a base hit in front of Acuna. And that's, I believe, his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Now batting, number 38.
So next up is the right fielder, Benny Lo Cicero. Benny is 1 for 4 with a single. And that's a deep drive to right center field, but playable for Bleday. And the side is retired. So we will go to the top of the 9th. It's last licks for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. At the end of 8 innings of play, thanks to Michael O'Rourke's solo home run, the Knights lead by 5. So, leading off here in the 9th, Nolan Arenado is 0 for 3. Telly is still out there pitching. And he hits it foul up the third base line, strike 1. Another line drive down the, pulls the left line. Counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Dangerous hitter, Arenado. Strike 3 called. He doesn't like the call. It might have been outside. I'd love to see the replay on that one.
Now batting.
They're not going to show it. Manager, bullpen. Jesse Biddle will come in. I'm going to put him in. Jesse Biddle's 55th appearance. He's 2-3 in 64 innings pitched. He's got a 2.39 earned run average. He has been effective this season. He's there to get the final 2 outs of the game. JJ Bleday steps in with 1 out. Fouls off the fastball. 96 on the radar gun. Strike 1. Swing and a miss over the top of the changeup, or check that. That might have been a curveball. Count is 0-2. Fouls off the fastball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls it back again. Putting up a fight. Strike 3 called at the knees. He doesn't like the call either. So lots of barking from the Angels dugout towards the home plate umpire. And I have to say, that pitch was really low. So they're down to their final out. Up there is Mike Ford, who's 0 for 3. 2 for 7 in this for his season. He's only had 7 at-bats this season. And this is a tough assignment. He represents the final out of the game. In there, strike 2, and the Angels are down to their final strike. Fouls off the curveball. Fans are on their feet. They want a strikeout to end the game. Misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 9th. Knights have a 6-1 lead. Everyone is on their feet. And it's popped up. Mattingly is there. He makes the catch. Side retired. Ball game over. Bronx Knights win 6-1. So they take this first game of a 3-game set at home against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That is win number 97. They are 97 and 51. Quest for 100+ wins. Winning pitcher is Brendan Pizarski. He pitched well. He gets his win number 12 on the season. There's Brendan. And let's go to the scorecard. Bronx Knights, 6 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Los Angeles Angels, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Pizarski gets his 12th win. Alex Wood, coming on in relief, gets the loss. And Brendan is the player of the game. 7 innings, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, no walks. He is your player of the game. This has been Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I don't only do baseball. I love my baseball. Love my MLB The Show. This is game number 148 of 162 and beyond. I play every single inning of every single game. No skipped innings, no simulated games. They're all on YouTube. So you can watch them in their entirety. But I don't just like baseball. Check out my playlists. Lots of other types of games on my playlists. Anyway, the final here in Yankee Stadium. Bronx Knights win 6-1. Thanks so much for watching.